Hello guys, I'm Dean aka the Blue Crusader and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be looking at the secret areas in the game World of Warcraft. Number 10, NEWMAN'S Landing. NEWMAN'S Landing is a small area on the west coast of Dunmorrow. At the building there's brew, grain and piles of bones, a sign on the dock that reads NEWMAN'S Landing, a table, some lanterns and a sunken boat in the water below. NEWMAN'S Landing has no mobs or monsters, no trade skill NPCs or containers, and as of now, and since it's been in the game, it's little more than a sightseeing landmark. You can position yourself at a point close to Coldridge Valley, but cannot access it from NEWMAN'S Landing without a flying mount. To reach NEWMAN'S Landing you must swim north from Westfall or Stormwind Harbour or south from Wetlands. You can also gain access to it via the mountains of Dunmorrow. Unless you want to swim, a flying mount is pretty much mandatory. Number 9. KARAZHAN Crypts. As mentioned in one of my earlier videos, KARAZHAN Crypts is a creepy burial ground underneath the Tower of KARAZHAN in Deadwind Pass. There is little purpose to the crypt, and not much is known regarding its viability to the game, or why it can't be accessed. Some say it's a playground of sorts for developers, or some sort of testing site. But the most popular theory is that it is an unfinished instance that was too violent and creepy to make its way into the game as an accessible dungeon or raid. The wiki states that using WoW Map Viewer, you can see the crypt ruins under Tranquil Gardens Cemetery in Duskwood. This would be a coincidence or play some sort of role in the future, as the two conjoining would be interesting. The crypt is inaccessible, and the only way to get inside on live servers is by using a combination of glitching and macros, which I won't go further into. Number 8. Old GILNEAS. Before Cataclysm, many areas had already been prepared in the patches leading up to the expansion. For instance, in 3.3.5 in Wrath, there were already places closed off that would soon be landmarks or instances. One of these is Old GILNEAS. There was a huge gate with a zone behind it being labelled GILNEAS, and at this point there wasn't any map markings for the new zone, and it couldn't be selected or clicked on as it wasn't fully implemented. To my knowledge, I don't think you can access this zone on live servers due to GILNEAS being completed. Number 7. The Eastern Plaguelands Plain. Somewhere in the Eastern Plaguelands, there's a blank plain of land which has still been left in the game to this day. I'm not aware if this is land that is being planned on or being used in the future, but it can't be selected on the map for some reason, even though it's there. When exploring it, if you are high up enough or far enough across the flat plain, you might glitch into an uninstanced version of Stratholme, which you can basically run through, but there aren't any mobs there at all. Due to this, most people just label the landmass as being Stratholme land, and the fact that it is huge in most instances take up a lot of space, whilst others have theories about it being Northuron. However, Northuron ceased to exist and became part of Twilight Highlands. Maybe they'll use it in the future, or maybe it's just land used for Stratholme. Unless someone asks the devs, I guess we'll never know. Number 6. The GM Island Prison. Due to me mentioning this, I'll explain GM Island with the prison together. GM Island is a strange place, designed to serve as a hangout for Blizzard's game masters. It is located far northwest of Teldrassil, surrounded by unmapped space between itself and the main continent. This makes it completely impossible to reach without some form of exploit. GMs don't discuss the area, it's mainly a place for GMs to log in, log out and be able to teleport to certain areas. Strangely, GM Island is mentioned in the lore. The gnome Ari and the troll Tuskfire are two inhabitants of GM Island, and do their best to make sure Azeroth's technical problems are resolved. However, they are not seen anywhere in the game. The GM Island's prison is located under the island, and is a blank white tiled room with nothing but a chair in its centre. Although players can enter, they are unable to leave unless teleported out by a GM. The walls are designed in order to prevent players jumping up them. For some reason, the room has only been seen by a few GMs, and most don't even know why it's there. Number 5. Old Grim BATOL. Old Grim BATOL is a zone that was designed before the Cataclysm expansion, and the involvement of the Twilight Hammer clan with Deathwing. The zone looks near enough exactly the same, whilst the mobs located around the zone are dragonkin, or sorts of other rodents. The structure looked the same but couldn't be entered. After Cataclysm, of course, it became an instance dungeon while levelling. Number 4. DEEPRUN TRAM Aquatic Tank. When players take a trip on the DEEPRUN tram, like myself, they usually wonder wouldn't it be great to swim in the tank like the divers and see if there's anything strange down there. World is a combination of divers, Naga, and if you're lucky you might even see Nessie, the sea monster. The only way to enter it is via exploiting. I've never seen anyone who's entered this area in a live server. Number 3. Old Outland. Old Outland, or the Outland's testing area, is a zone located next to Ironclad Cove and the Dead Mines. The area cannot be accessed unless you have an elixir of giant growth on the pipe in the start of the Dead Mines. It's named the way it is due to its resemblance to Outlands. The area is very small and is surrounded by trees that mirror those from the ground. There's a lot of bright particles that surround the zone, however it's easy to run away from and see the surrounding area is just a blank mass of land. Number 2. Maw of the Void, Darkshore. The Maw of the Void in Darkshore is a massive whirlpool that collects all of the draining water from surrounding areas in the zone, such as Cliff Spring River. When the player decides to jump in the pool, a short cinematic runs showing them falling into the whirlpool, in which they are transferred to a location nearby called Bashalaran Collapse, falling down a far distance before landing to safety. During Brewfest, you can jump into the pool in a dazed state and gain an achievement as well. It also grants the achievement which is granted for falling 65 yards or more without dying. Number 1. FERALAS Goblin Spa. The Goblin Spa, also known as the FERALAS Steam Pools, are located in the south of FERALAS, high in the mountain, bordering the sister zone Silithus. They are small steaming hot pools which are located up the side of the mountain, housing a holiday resort for the rich goblins of Gadgetzan. The resort offers mammoth rides, boat rides, as well as food and drinks, and is the centrepiece to certain quest givers. It also houses other races that stay in the resort. Thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment or give this video a like if you enjoyed it and you want me to continue to create content like this. Give me any ideas for future videos if you wish to do so, and as always, please subscribe for regular content notifications when I upload. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.